Good morning, entrepreneurs. Aline here, founder of 700 Business, and this is day 19 of 30 days of wisdom and meditation. And today I want to talk about emotional intelligence. Yeah, this is almost like a word now, like everyone is talking about. And I think it's people have been talking about for a long time, but after COVID, we definitely had to really bring this to our, the top of our heads and really practice this more than just knowing about it, just being able to use that to embody our emotional intelligence. And okay, what is that? What is emotional intelligence? So essentially is our ability to regulate our emotions. So at the beginning, when I was learning to be what I called mindset worker, but other people call it therapist, whatever, call it whatever you want. When I was learning, so what happens is a lot of our mindsets, they are rooted in trauma. So when you have a mindset that is no longer helping you and you want to get rid of it, but sometimes it's like glued in our minds, what happens is most of the time is because this mindset is rooted in our trauma. And at the beginning, when I was guiding my clients into looking at these traumas, I would get really emotionally involved. So I tried a different approach. I was like, okay, if I'm getting too involved with this sadness of my client, what I can do is I am going to just shut my emotions down. I'm not going to get involved at all. But this is not a good experience either. So the whole point here is to find the balance. It's not really getting too involved with the emotions or get just like absolutely apathic to them. So, and that's what I learned to do to guide the clients into really changing their mindset, and when there was some sort of trauma, to guide them into going there and to just heal that trauma. Because yes, it's like a wound, wounds, they are open for a while, but then they close and they won't hurt anymore. And it's just like our traumas. If we don't heal them, if we don't just give them a meaning or a reason for existing, they're gonna be hurting for the rest of our lives, and they will keep making situations in our lives so we can heal that, right? And the mindset that we want to replace with something better for our goals are never truly gonna be in our minds, because we need to first heal that trauma and then we get the new mindset. Essentially is that. So and this experience I had taught me a lot about emotional intelligence and taught me about this balance. So emotional intelligence in the end, it's about feeling your feelings without getting to a point where your cortex prefrontal is switched off. Because that's what happens when we are too emotional. Our brain thinks that we are in deep danger, so our, let's say, this conscious part, this rational part of our brain is completely switched off, and we just go to our reactions. That's what happened. So that's really the work here, is to be able to feel the feelings, to understand why they are there, and then let go of it. And then I'll say, okay, I understand you are guiding me into this or into that, or something is wrong, it needs to be improved, and okay, I'm going to do that. And that's really the emotional intelligence, is to be able to feel your feelings and not be like absolutely, destroyed by them, either by switching completely them off, because then we become a bit of psychopaths, because that's the definition of psychopath, is a person that it's completely disconnected from their emotions, but in a more physiological way. And the whole point here is really to have balance, and that's what makes us human, that's what makes us healthy, and that's what makes us better leaders. So yesterday I spoke about the curiosity conversation, about how to have more productive conversations instead of trying to, convince someone of something. You are able to understand their perspective, and to be able to do that and to be that kind of leader that puts everyone together in harmony, you need a lot of emotional intelligence. So for us entrepreneurs especially, we need this soft skill, which is emotional intelligence. And what I see a lot of times, that entrepreneurs are amazing at sweeping under the carpet all the emotions that are inconvenient to them, inconvenient to their goals, when our emotions what makes us, vulnerable, definitely, but human. Like, a lot of times we trying to be super strong and super powerful, and it just isolates us, it just isolates us from everybody and from ourselves. Because if you're not able to feel your emotions and let them guide you into a solution, into improving yourself, your life is probably very tiring. And I know that because I lived that. And this whole project that I created, 700 Business, was also a way for me to become a 700 person. And what is that? 700 is about the vibration, which is someone who is connected to everything. Is this really thinking and believing that I am one with everything. And that's why I guide you into really expanding your awareness and being one with everything. So that's it. That's it for today about emotional intelligence. And there is a psychologist called Nicola Pera. She became extremely famous during lockdown, and she wrote a very good, well, I haven't really read this book, but I bet is really good, judging by her content on Instagram and YouTube. It's called How to Do the Work. So she's teaching people how to understand their emotions, how to become their self-healers. And I bet this is a very, very good book. But on the other hand, if you don't have time for this and you want something faster, I totally recommend you to book a discovery call and check if we can work together. Okay? But today we're gonna meditate on that anyway. So I want to guide you into, number one, reconnecting to your emotions, and also guiding you into finding balance and finding a way as well to use your emotions to become a better leader, a better entrepreneur. Okay? Cool. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Connect with the energy of your heart, the energy of love. This is the representation of our heart. It's our love. It's the bridge between our dreams and our power to make these dreams true. Now you can imagine that this energy is going to spread all around your body, down through your legs. And this energy is going to become a root. And it's going to go inside of the earth, going through layers and layers of rocks, ground, until it finds the center of the earth. Use this power of the center of the earth to light up your heart, to light up you with this energy, with this power. Just imagine that you are getting this fire of the earth to yourself. And now you're going to expand out to the whole world, to the place that you're in, to the city that you're in, to the country that you're in, to all the nations, all the mountains and valleys. Imagine that you and the earth is one thing. Imagine that since this center of the earth until everything in this planet, you are expanded, you are one with it. Take a deep, deep breath. And now you're going to expand out to the whole universe. Imagine that all the galaxies, all the planets, all the stars, everything become one with you. Take a deep, deep breath. And now you're going to imagine that you're going to expand out to everything beyond the universe. Imagine there's some light and you're going to expand that. You're going to become one with everything beyond the universe. Keep breathing, keep noticing what it's like to be so expanded, so big. And now you can imagine that everything turns into a white light. Everything beyond the universe, everything in the universe, our planet and you. Imagine that everything is one. There's no separation. Take a deep, deep breath and notice what it feels like. Now you can imagine that you and your emotions are being reconnected. You don't need to suppress them. You don't need to push them away. They're not an inconvenience. They're there to support you. They're there to help you decide. And without them, you can't decide. Take a deep breath and imagine that you're being reconnected with all your emotions. And all the traumas that may have made you disconnect to them, it's being healed, it's being solved the best way for you. It's safe to reconnect to your emotion. Take a deep, deep breath. And now you can imagine that it's safe and you know what to do when you are emotional triggered. You know what to do. Imagine that every time an emotion is triggered, it's formed a path from your mind to your emotions. There's emotion that was triggered, and you can go and you can understand what it's telling you, and you can change and you can act on that and restore balance and restore your peace, your calmness, your stillness. Take a deep, deep breath. Now visualize yourself being an amazing leader. A leader with a deep and strong emotional intelligence. Nothing can bother you. And even when it can, you know what to do. You don't get emotional to a point where you don't know what to do. Just imagine how powerful you are. How strong, how emotionally strong you are as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a husband or wife, or just a man or woman. Just imagine that. Just feel the feeling. Feel the feeling of being emotional, intelligent. Take a deep, deep breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Whoa, how was the meditation? I hope you truly managed to see yourself reconnecting to your emotions and being able to really be guided by them instead of getting emotional. And so if you still feel like you need help because you need to work faster into acquiring this skill, and if you are on Clubhouse, just find the Instagram and you can find a link to book a discovery call. If you are on YouTube, on the description of the video you can also find this link. Okay, and have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.